Hello, kindergarten writers, and welcome to week 7 of our writing. This will be our last writing lesson together. I'm so proud of the work that you've been doing, and I can't wait to see the writing that you have for this week. So we are going to read a book called A Lot Better by Lisa Klobuchar, illustrated by Jennifer Zavion. If you can go ahead and read along with Mr. Barrow, that would be awesome to also practice your reading skills. Here we go. I feel sick, said Zach. He had a bad cold. Here is a glass of water, said Zach's dad. Zach felt a little better. Here's some hot soup, said Zach's mom. Zach felt a little better. You can have my bear, said Zach's sister. Zach felt a little better. Zach's brother said, here's a good book. I can read it to you. Zach felt a little better. Buddy gave Zach a toy. Zach felt a little better. Zach's family gave him a big hug. I feel a lot better, Zach said. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story, friends. We're now going to look at some of the sentences that the author used in the story. First, I want to start with our focus phrase of the week. My turn, then your turn. I use adjectives to add detail. Your turn. I use adjectives to add detail. Very good. Remember, adjectives are used to add more description. It could be what something looks like, smells like, tastes like, feels like, all different details that we can add to describe something. That's what an adjective does. So go ahead and read the first sentence for me right here. He had a bad cold. What do you notice about this sentence? It could be anything. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think about different things you notice. What do you notice? I notice that it starts with a capital letter because all sentences start with a capital letter. Who's he? He's a pronoun. What character are they talking about? He had a bad cold. Zach, very good. Zach is he. What else do you notice? I notice that there's 5 words in our sentence. I notice that it ends with this period as the punctuation mark. Something random that I notice is there's 3 D's. They're all right here. 3 D's in the sentence. He had a bad cold. I also want us to look at what's the adjective in this story. Right? So cold is our noun. It's a thing. You have a cold. What kind of cold did Zach have? He had a bad cold. So bad is describing the type of cold that he had. It's our adjective. It's our description. They could have said, he had a small cold. He had a bad cold, right? So they're telling us it was bad. It was really big. Those are all different things we notice. Now I'm going to show you a second sentence, and I want you to compare and contrast the 2 sentences. Here is some hot soup, said Zach's mom. What do you notice that is the same or different? I notice there's 2 capital letters here, so of course we capitalize the first letter, but they also capitalize this Z. Why? Because Zach is his name, so we always put an uppercase letter for our names. I also notice these quotation marks. We went over that last week in our writing. Authors use quotation marks when somebody's talking. So who's talking? Zach's mom is talking. So the author included quotation marks to show us. Very good. I noticed that this sentence has 8 words in its sentence. That's a lot more, right? I also noticed that both of these sentences are from our same story. They're both about a lot better, and Zach talking about Zach and his cold. Very good. I also noticed this right here. So this is giving possession to Zach. So they're saying Zach's mom. So they put an apostrophe to say Zach's mom. Very good. What's the adjective in this sentence? So we have the noun is soup, right? Because soup is a thing, so that's our noun. What kind of soup? Hot soup. So that's our adjective to add detail, right? So they could say yummy soup, they could say red soup, cold soup, but the author put hot soup to show us the adjective and add a little bit more detail to their sentence. So I want us to continue to think about ways that we can use adjectives as writers to add more details to our sentences. Awesome. So friends, we're going to look at a few different nouns, and I want you to come up with some sentences of how to add adjectives to these nouns. So let's look at this first noun. This first noun is friend. So I want you to think about a sentence you can make using adjectives to describe the noun. Miss Ariel will give you hers, and you can feel free to use that sentence when you write it down, or you can write your own sentence too. Make sure you're writing it down and take a picture to send to your teachers. So Mr. Barrow's sentence is, my friend is very smart. So smart is the adjective that I use to describe my friend. Pause right here to write down Mr. Barrow's sentence, or you can come up with your own, giving detail and adjectives to the word friend. Very good. Next one. Mom. My noun is mom. My sentence is, she has a kind mom. So the mom is kind. So the adjective is describing the noun. Can you come up with another sentence using adjectives to describe the noun mom? And our last one, ooh, my favorite, is pizza. Can you think of a sentence using adjectives to describe pizza? Let's see what Mr. Barrow wrote. The pizza is cheesy and delicious. So what are the two adjectives Mr. Barrow used in this sentence? The pizza is cheesy and delicious. Yeah, so I used cheesy and delicious to describe the pizza. Those are both adjectives that add detail to my sentence. So I want you to pause right there, friends. You can write down Mr. Barrow's sentence, or you can come up with your own sentence using adjectives to describe these different nouns. Awesome work, writers. Now, it is time for you to create your very own sentence. Let's start by saying our focus phrase. I use adjectives to add detail. I use adjectives to add detail. So here's what I want you writers to do. I want you to pick items in your house. It could be anything. It could be a stuffed animal. It could be a candle that you have in your house. And I want you to give it detail. So Mr. Barrow's candle smells delicious. Ah, that's a detail I gave to my candle. I want you to make your complete sentences. Remember spacing in our writing. So we want to put spacing between each word. Every sentence starts with the capital letter and ends with a punctuation. Very good. You can write about food you ate in your house, games you played, or just things around the house like Mr. Barrow said with her candle or stuffed animal. I really want to see the adjectives that you use to make your story have more detail. Please take a picture and send it to your teacher so we can celebrate you. I want you to also hang up your writing in your room or on the fridge because you should be proud of the writing you've been doing. I know all the teachers are so proud of you. We can't wait to see your writing, and I'll see you later, friends. Bye.